How's it going, everyone? Mike here. August 31st. What I want to do this morning is go through one of the resources that I found through Vexels. And I've mentioned this on this channel over the last couple of weeks. I've just recently started signing up for different and using different tools, different platforms, for example, that provide information on keywords, on niche research, all that kind of stuff. And Vexels I use mostly for design resources, and I've talked about what this platform is. But as I was going through one of their, I guess, education sections or resource sections, what they do is they put out a merch digest every single month. And I was going through this, and I was reading through not only this one, but I was going back months and months and just looking at the information, the kind of stuff that they were putting out. And I thought, what, this is actually very helpful, not just to me, but anybody who doesn't actually sign up with these guys. I reached out to them. I said, would you guys mind if I, share this slideshow on my channel? They said, one of their reps said, not a problem at all. So you know what, that's what I'm going to do, because I honestly believe that this is going to be very helpful information for all of you guys. I guess just to give them credit, is as you can see here, this is the 36th edition. So they've been doing this for 3 years. And as we go through this, you guys will see that it's actually very, very useful information. So this slide here is definitely, in my opinion, extremely important. And for sure, anybody who's newer to this should, pay attention, because I guess the nature of the beast, and the beast that I'm talking about is YouTube, is that people will, from time to time, sometimes all the time, sell you something. There's a service that they sell. It's not just a channel, for example, where they're providing free information, but they're selling you something, right? So those people want you to think that things are easy. If you get approved for a Merch by Amazon account, within a year, you're going to be making $5,000 bucks a month in royalties, right? This kind of explains the reality of it. So let's actually go through it. I'll read it for you guys. We'll have a discussion, and then we'll go on to different slides. So it says, the print-on-demand business process takes several basic steps: keyword and niche research, coming up with design ideas, designing, uploading, analyzing what worked and what didn't, and then improving on that. And then you repeat the whole process. So right away, it's basically saying there's a lot of steps to this. This isn't just throwing up designs and saying, okay, these will sell for sure, I'm going to make thousands. That's not how it works. Consider this a business. Always view it as a business. While we already excel at design solutions, we thought about asking the community about what's your biggest struggle. So they did a bit of a survey, like they said, and then we ran a survey in the community. The initial results say that finding ideas and inspiration is one of the most prominent difficulties for sellers. So that's actually true, and this is what I get from you guys when I'm talking to you guys through comments or through emails. Not only finding the niches that aren't saturated with designs, but in general finding ideas and inspiration. The purpose of our monthly guide is to guide you through the many various situations you'll find in different stages of your merch business, and more recently with our latest website version. Okay, so this is where they're doing a bit of a promotion, and that's fine, right? So they're linking their stuff to their collections and niches and so on. We'll skip that, but they're saying, yet we understand that there's more to this business than designs and ideas, and that to become better at it, you need to put time and consistency into it. This is Keep this in mind, guys. It's not easy. This is hours of work every single day. This is something we have discussed in many interviews with sellers who have achieved a degree of success, and it's a common thread that unites them all. Keep that in mind. This is the feedback coming from people that are successful with this business. Successful sellers enjoy passive income from successful designs and strategies, but they also say that there isn't anything passive about the time and work that goes behind it. Keep that in mind. Again, I really want to put emphasis on that. This is not Merch by Amazon, no matter what you hear on different channels, right? You don't just get approved for Merch by Amazon and then you make 15,000 sales in a month. It happens. It happens to people who know what they're doing, who have an advertising, marketing strategies, who have money to spend on that kind of stuff, right? But if it's just people like you and me, this will take work. So be patient, right? So if there's something you need to know, it's that taking off in this business may take some time, so don't be discouraged. So I completely agree with this, right? Let's keep going. What are the niches? One of the most popular and less exploited niches out there is the broad culture niche. I actually like this. I really like this a lot. We see it represented in designs featuring country or cultural elements, including characters to flags and culturally relevant items that seek to strike a chord with a specific audience. Culture tackles a wide range of topics like patriotism, celebration, cultural pride, and also some sense of belonging. Think about the many diasporas in the US and in Europe, for example. There are many communities of people yearning for their homeland, their roots, and culture. Consider the culture niche whenever you wish to have many different options to choose from. And then it says, and this is a good point, stay ahead of national holidays or relevant news from one you wish to work with. And then if we click on the culture designs, it will bring us to this page. So for example, again, this is part of their promotion, of course, but again, that doesn't take away from the information being actually very useful and relevant to what we're discussing. So for example, in this case, they just have t-shirt ready designs. Okay, let's keep going. So August feature, and again, I completely understand that I'm doing this on the 31st. It was basically just because, this is when I discovered this resource. This is when, I got permission from them to go over this on the channel, but still, I don't think we've missed anything. I'm definitely going to do the September one when it comes out, and hopefully it's going to be at the beginning of the month. So August featured niche, of course, Halloween, we've discussed that. And then they talk about, Halloween designs and, scalable t-shirt designs and all that kind of stuff. So here's us looking forward. So September's niche opportunity. And, they have a little list with dates here for things that are coming up. And they say, here's a list of the special days in September where you might find a niche to exploit. Very good. September 1st, Tofu Day. Okay, I think we might have missed that one. Beer Lovers Day. I actually went over this a couple of weeks ago, maybe even a month or two ago, when I was doing Merchant Former research, and we were looking at little holidays or celebration days that are coming up. September 12th, Video Games Day. September 15th, World Afro Day. Guacamole Day. Talk Like a Pirate Day. That's interesting. And World Dream Day. September is also Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month. So, again, I think this is a very interesting resource. I completely agree. Okay, I actually like that this is, the niche that they recommend we look into. With culture niche, absolutely nothing wrong with that. There's so many designs that you can think of and come up with that are based and concentrated in this niche. But this, I think, is extremely valuable. The fact that they've done a little survey, and basically the results show that finding ideas and inspiration is one of the most difficulties for sellers. Should hopefully just give you some kind of a comfort level, knowing that you're not alone. There's going to be times when you have no idea what to do, right? Especially if you're not at the stage where you want to spend some money for tools and resources, and you just have to come up with everything on your own, or through Google search, or manually, or even looking, watching channels like this one, for example, for ideas, and other ones. It's hard. Don't think that it's easy, right? But that's how you become successful, is doing things like, where's that, where they say repeat. You do all of these things, and then you can do this 100 times and then find out that it wasn't successful, and then you kind of tweak a little bit and you repeat it, and then you keep improving, and that's how you become successful. Number one, we can't give up, right? Because for someone like myself in tier 20,000, I have 1 million designs a million products to fill, 20,000 designs. Got to keep working, right? And if it's something that you're not going to give up on, if you have a long-term goal, long-term strategy, for example, I always think like 5 years. Like I think that in 5 years I'm going to be still working with Merch by Amazon. Hopefully, something doesn't happen to Amazon or Merch by Amazon where it gets shut down, right? I honestly feel that it's going to keep growing and keep improving, and that there's just so much opportunity here. And what that means is that any day that we're not working, that we're not doing research, is the opportunity that's missed, right? So anyways, that's all. I really thought this was a good resource. I thought I would share it with you guys, and hopefully it was good information, and I'm going to keep doing it. Now that they've given me permission, I'll for sure be going over their, Merch, Vexels Merch Digest. So the next one will be September 2021. I'll leave it right here. Thank you guys for watching. See you soon.